Hey people, Injured here, 3v3, August Desert Gates Blue Team. We've got 4-time MRT winner Dark Riku plays a Lord General, fights range combat, begins with the retinue to help him out, really good defense and support capabilities alongside 2 Techmarines. We have Caeltos, lead designer and founder of Elite Mod, and we also have Pibb. These guys start off range combat, put out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair and get a melee weapon. Red team, it's HansMoleman as a Warlock melee commander that can leap into combat, really good offense, disruption, and can tank pretty damn well too. Alongside its 5-time MRT winner Noisy plays a Warboss melee commander that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. This is the Death Skull's elite scheme, and rounding off the teams is Floid as a Lictor alpha melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt with some really good offense and a bit of support too in amongst those guardsmen, giving them a very bad day. An awesome special, almost wipes out the squad there. Gonna take some out as they retreat. That was some very good harassment. Guards are now moving up to support this multi-last turret with repairs. Some good anti-infantry damage off that thing. East side meanwhile, War Banner's going up. Noisy using these things a hell of a lot in 3v3s lately. Scouts take the garrison, will take pepper shots at those Guardians, or Eldar Avengers I should say, almost losing a model there. That's the War Banner buffing those Eldar Avengers passively. West side again, here comes some spore mines from Floid. Riku needs to be very careful. They are really bad news for those guardsmen, trying to shoot them down with his Lord General, who gets flesh hooks. Luckily for him, his retinue will always die first. And now this turret is going to go down, probably going to see it scuttled or salvaged by Dark Riku. If he can do it in time, looks like he couldn't, because the red popped up. Doesn't happen immediately when they try and salvage something. 1-to-1 cap early on. Flanking inside is Caeltos with Techmarine and Tactical Marine Squad ready to back away when the Warboss rushes in with that massive one-handed chain axe. Special attack misses, no shotguns yet for his scouts. Dark Riku with some Caeltos Devils on the way and a Warrior Brood already on the way for Floid. Devastator's up for Pibb. HansMoleman already has that Shuriken Cannon. Here comes some Orks, suppressing that Techmarine with those big shooters. And Warboss leading the line. Angry Bits already up. Was going to say Noisy loves to use this thing. He's chasing those Tactical Marines all the way back towards their base. The 2 Techmarine players incidentally using very similar colour schemes, so I'm probably going to get them mixed up. Pibb using the Black Templars, right? The elite scheme, yeah, I think so. Red's pushing through to Blue's natural, and looks like they're going to take the east side as well if they remember to cap. What's going on here? Shooters forced off, Devastators coming into play and will repel the Orks, and they manage to decap the natural VP but not cap it fully. Riku pushing up this west side, some buildable cover and an improvised explosive, and that could be really nasty if Hormagaunt support running over it, or indeed this Warrior Brood. Here they are, heavy infantry armor, and they've gone for the Barbed Strangler. Instant suppression, good area of effect damage, can keep those Caeltos controlled, especially if you counter in those crippling poison toxin sacks, which you don't see at the moment, but those Caeltos could have some severe mobility problems with those things around. 464, 500, 2-to-1 cap for the red team. Blue team thinking about pushing towards the east side. I think they should just push through to here because they're not threatening the gens at all. 457 and 500, and if they do, you can go in and flank. Kicking off west side, there is the improvised explosive, almost wiping out those Hormagaunts. Barbed Strangler shot gets in, only suppressed the Caeltos though. I think that's pretty unlucky. Warrior Brood, a second Warrior Brood for Floyd, seen this quite a lot recently. Gets 1 Barbed Strangler Warrior Brood and 1 kept as melee combatants with those power melee weapons, and that passive leap into combat. You're seeing it throw around those guardsmen. The Lictor Alpha himself going after the Caeltos. Lord General does have his stabilizers. You just saw some health regeneration on those Caeltos, who are going after the Warrior Brood using the move from the Lord General. They don't actually have a melee charge themselves. 437, 500. He did get a model off them. In fact, he got it off this squad with the Barb Strangler. Lord General trying to tie them up in melee combat so they can't fire that very dangerous tier 1 weapon. Flesh Hook takes out the second retinue member for the Lord General. He might go down here, in fact he will. Because that is Feed the Tendrils on the Lictor Alpha, I think, yeah. Really painful power weapon, as you can see. Over 60 DPS and a self-heal, where it's kicking off big time on the east side. Upgraded shooters, one squad with a knob, and big shooters, the other squad with just big shooters. Also, Noisy has lost his sluggers, but he does have looters on the field. Assault Marines used to try and counter-initiate these Banshees by jumping them, who chase off the Devastators back into that garrison. But Banshees are forced to retreat. A relay beacon is up. Who's it from? It's from Pibb. Nice retreat grenade on the Banshees. Couldn't quite finish them off. A bit unlucky there. We have 2 war banners up, and those things do stack alongside some Dire Avenger energy shields. It's going to be pretty nasty, but they are getting pushed back here. That relay beacon, of course, so powerful in 3v3s since you're supporting your entire team with it. Plasma grenade kills one of their own models, but it does knock back and force off the Techmarine of Pibb. He's just going to retreat back to his beacon there. 420, 500. It's a 1-to-1 cap. HansMoleman bringing up his Shuriken. Warboss charging through his allied shield, which destroys them. Devastator's now coming into play. What are they going to do about these things? No snipers and no sign of Storm Boys. Noisy has been using Storm Boys a lot recently, so we might see them here. 419, 492 at the moment. He's just going to try and flank around. He has escaped the firing up, and he uses the aiming what's that to suppress the Devastators themselves, so they cannot fire and they have to retreat back to the beacon. And Pibb, he's not quite alone. Caeltos has his scouts over here, I think. It's a messy engagement. Assault Marines jumping in, trying to throw things around. Nice grenade there. Who was that? That was Caeltos. Shooters taking heavy losses, but they're still in this fight. Devastators set up again. They pushed them back a bit. Can they decap here? 419, 470, tier 2 for Noisy. Hans and Caeltos. Looks like we're not going to see Storm Boys for Noisy unless he's going tier 2 because he wants to get Storm Boys and then immediately get their Nob leader. 419, 462. There's a jump, destroying the shield and disrupting the Shuriken Cannon Assault Marines with that awesome disruptive jump of theirs. Banshees don't scare them off with aspect of strength up. Blue team, really nice counter push. You see the difference that the relay beacon makes there. Allows you to stay on the field. Simple as that. And that's what allowed them to push back so quickly. And a turret going up now from Caeltos. And Dark Riku pushing through mid. Blue team looking dominant as they go into tier 2. Sentinel Stomp gets a single Hormagaunt, I think. Ground pound up, as you saw there. The Lord General went down. 419, 429 is a double cap for the blue team. Catachin's forced to retreat. We do have double toxin sacks up for the Termagants. Recently increased in cost, of course, and the Hormagaunts adrenal glands were reduced to compensate. Warrior Brood most likely gonna get the adrenal glands then for Floid to give them that melee synapse.
Our ally structure is under attack.
Dark Reapers cancelled by Hans. Goes for another Guardian Weapon team. Maybe they're expecting vehicles from the 2 Techmarines here. 419, 393. Scouts, and is that triple? No, double tax there. Out shooting the Termagants. Floyd looks like he's going to try and push mid. It's kicking off the east side though. There's the channeling from the channeling runes of the Warlock on those Howling Banshees, and it's a whirlwind in play. Who's it from? It's from Caeltos. 419, 376. Massive engagement, but they can't push against double turrets and a beacon. Good grief. They need to just push mid now. They need to just push mid. We do have a missile turret as well, so pushing with a vehicle is going to be painful. Assault Marines can easily get their melter bomb. Also, tactical Marines able to switch to missile launchers. The tech Marines could get melter guns and orbs, so pushing this side with a vehicle would be very painful. Hans going for Wraith Guard to try and just demolish things with range fire. Meanwhile, Floid and Noisy recognizing the danger on that east side, pushing mid. Is he going to decap? No, he's coming straight to the east. Zone throw up for Floid. Does he have his adrenal glands? It's on the way now. That will give melee synapse to these Hormagaunts, making them a hell of a lot tougher. 419-343. Fleshhook on the Devastator model, carrying the heavy bolter, and then takes it out with a hit from those feeder tendrils that runs into a turret. And the Assault Marines chasing him down. It almost finished off those Devastators though. That was a good play from Floyd. 2-to-1 cap. Assault Marines jumping back. Whirlwind getting shots in, as you can see there, and stick bombs from Noisy thrown in, killing a bunch of models. Wow, got a Devastator, a Tactical Marine, and a couple of Scouts, I think. Here comes that Warboss. Lost the indicator for him, but he does have his incredibly scary 95 heavy melee DPS power claw. Puts Ardboys on himself and uses his Now I'm Angry, so he's got some health regeneration and that damage resistance from Ardboys. Also has that spiky armor too for even more health regen when he's not using that Now I'm Angry. Scouts almost wiped out. Do they get away? They do not get away. Spore mines dropped in by Floyd. Really big push by red team. They are devoting a lot of resources to this east side. We'll see if it pays off for them. That's channeling used on the Wraith Guard. Wraith Guard cannot be suppressed, which is helping them out here, taking out the turrets. Or rather, the beacon is what they're going for first. That is the Distort Field, the Warlock Global on them also. And he has Cloak of Shadows. There's kind of support Warlock going on. 419-281. That's a creeping barrage from Riku. Ouch. And really nicely placed. Triple cap for blue. Not looking good for red. They haven't lost a lot of squads, but they are running into so much resistance on this side. They did take down the beacon, and they took down the one of the turrets, the missile launcher turret. Chimera up for Riku. Support vehicle allows you to transport and reinforce allied infantry, and is unique among transports in that it allows garrison units to fire those side-mounted last turrets, as you saw there. Double zone throats from Floyd. 419-225. Here we see Adrenal Gland Warriors taking them up to 1485 hit points and giving them those heavy melee claws. Plasma gun, double plasma gun Tactical Marines from Caeltos. It's a lot of plasma damage, 26 DPS just from the plasma guns. And then you've got the Crack on Bolts ability and the other bolters to weigh in. 419-197 Wraith Guard being forced off. Maybe he should have gone for double Wraith Guard. Red team continuing to probe this east side. No sign of a gate up here, incidentally, from Hans. Triple cap still for blue. War truck on the field now for Noisy. Support vehicle for Orks, and he's got double shooters inside. And that's a lot of Daka, and the Warboss has found some Tactical Marines to cleave apart with that power claw. Now he's hit level 2. The Lictor Alpha is going to go down thanks to these Catachan Devils. Did he just use pheromones there? I think he did. It might have just been a shot from the zone throat. No, I think it was pheromones. Catachans do get away. 419-130. Still the double cap ticks down for red. Turret up there still. Is it a missile turret now? It is. West side is pretty quiet. Floyd pushing alongside Noisy through the mid. That Whirlwind continues to be a pain in the arse. Almost level 2. Double Techmarines, I should say. Behind that heavy cover, here's some Terminators from Pibb. Everyone tier 3 on the blue team or on the way there. Dark Riku 3/4 of the way there. Lost his Sentinel along the way, but otherwise has been pretty solid, controlling the west side and pushing through mid also. Double zone throats still kicking, which are a problem. We do have Venom Brood also for Floyd, those anti-vehicle venom cannons. Hans has managed to flank this turret, and it's going to go down. Banshees weighing in, or is it going to go down? Disruption from the Whirlwind helping out, but they do take it down, and there's that channeling to heal them up. They're getting suppressed though, and needs to retreat them in a way. Retreats his Warlock also. 419-89. and red team are retaking this east side. Is the comeback on? They're controlling mid also. Riku, a bit thin with just 3 units on the field, is going to need to be careful how he engages Floid in there. Massive engagement now on this east side. That's a Venerable Dreadnought dropped in enemy lines by Caeltos. Unique walker for the Techmarines, going straight after that war truck, but it does get away, and there is the charge that the Venerable Dreadnought has. One of the things that makes it unique over the regular Space Marine Dreadnought, has that inspiration on kill, of course. Still, I think it offers greater inspiration than the regular Dreadnought also. 1750 hit points. We'll see how this guy does. Already got a bunch of XP there, and blue team quite easily retake this east side. Leman Russ on the field, dropped in by a Dark Riku. That's why he went tier 3 when he did, perhaps. 418, 88, single cap for red, and they're taking blue's natural, so it's going to end up as a 2-to-1. But they are cutting it very, very close. So just 88 VPs and 417 to remove from their enemy. Bunch of infiltrated Eldar, infiltrated by the Cloak of Shadows. Level 3, and he has a Wraith Lord with shoulder-mounted Bright Lance. Going to try and shoot down that Venerable Dreadnought from range, and then engage with that massive Ghostglaive sword. Looters with a Beamy also for Noisy. Will take big chunks of health off that Venerable Dreadnought, but will not be very good at hitting infantry. Stun bombs thrown in by the stick bombers, reinforcing off this war truck. Might want to move back a little bit. Terminators teleporting back. Stick bombs thrown in. Ouch! Massive shot from these Beamy Looters, almost taking out that Demon Rush. You have double Beamy Looters for Noisy. That is a lot of anti-vehicle just from those 2 squads. You can combine that with the stun bombs and get his Warboss in there. Vehicles are not going to last very long. Kicking off on the east side again, and red team are taking it. They decapped it, rather, the east side. Another beacon is up. Venerable Dreadnought is hanging back, ready to counter-initiate anything foolish enough to get close. Capillary Tower goes up from Floid. 405.75. Can the red team pull this off? They are dominating the map right now. Blue team have lost their natural power over here. Completely decapped. Dark Riku, is he going to save up for the Bane Blade? He's almost got enough power, and I think he probably will. He might decide to get a Leman Russ out if they continue to receive this pressure though. Is there any bunkers anywhere? I think so, no. Venerable Dreadnought gets repaired up, and it's a 2-to-1 for red. 396 to 75. Can they hold on? Pibb with some Stone Guard veterans on the field. Hellfire rounds loaded in. Back at base, healing up. Tier 3 for Noisy now. Hans the only player still in tier 2 at the moment. I think they kind of needed those heavy tier 2s, didn't they, to combat this east side. That war truck really bad in his repairs as well. Tyranids unfortunately cannot repair, and Sluggers, which are the Ork repair unit, were killed for Noisy, so he's going to have to rely on these Dire Avengers, and they're on the east side to repair. Pibb continues to push. So this is Caeltos up here, in fact, just trying to defend this tower for the time being, I think. Pibb brings his Terminators up to the east side. Warboss charging in, Ardboy's up, and he's going straight after these tactical marines. Takes out a model with a sink kill. Down goes that relay beacon. Those Wraith Guard have done really well for Hans. Seems like an obvious choice when you're up against heavy defenses, but a lot of people don't go for Wraith Guard. 354, 75. They're really good versus static defenses because they can't be suppressed. They have that massive burst damage, which is great if something's trying to repair stuff. Just gets wiped out. 338, 75. Lictor Alpha being incredibly annoying as the lone hunter, which makes him insanely powerful and is not near allied units, which is the case there. I think he needs to not be within 30 meters of an allied unit. He also has the toxic cysts, which is pretty cool. Don't see it very often, but I've seen Floid do some serious damage with it. You drop it and then it does a bunch of damage to surrounding infantry. 302, 75. Double Beamy Looters here, ready to open up on that Dreadnought if he gets close. Stick Bombers just about getting away, level 2. Noisy getting some knob squad now. This war truck is still around somehow. Blue team are taking their natural back, and they've recapped their natural power on that west side also. These Wraith Guard have been superb. Level 2 have Wraithbone. 278, 75. That was the Orbs of the Omnicide from Caeltos shutting down that Wraith Lord, and here comes the Venerable, and he's got behind the looters, so they need to retreat out. Bright Lance though is getting shots on, and there's use your choppers on the Howling Banshees. Great idea from Noisy. Gives them a huge amount of melee skill and improved melee damage. I think it's plus 60 melee skill, which makes them unreal in melee combat against other infantry squads. And this is a dead Venerable, I think. We see Blessing of the Omnicide there. Great grenade. I don't think it's going to survive. The Wraith Lord is getting shots with the shoulder mounted Bright Lance, and there is the Warboss to finish it off, and there is Stoicism. 10 seconds of constant inspiration and improved damage for the Dreadnought before it goes down. 249, 75. Another unique mechanic for the Venerable, but down it goes. Had a decent impact when it came in, but Red team responded really well with a lot of AV over there, which limited its usefulness. Maybe it should have come mid. Venom Cannon Carnifex on the field though for Floid. Caeltos with a Land Red Redeemer on the way, and Dark Riku has a Baneblade on the field. He's going straight to the east side with it. And Hans is very far off a nuke. He's been using his Distort Field quite a lot, I think. And we know how great Eldritch Storm is versus Land Raiders and Baneblades. 225, 75. Lictor Alpha unable to quite decap there. Plasma Cannon on the field for Pibb. Here it is. And Land Raider Redeemer is moving up. Basically a mobile base, allows you to reinforce and retreat back to it. You can also transport units, and has some really powerful close range weaponry. 2 Flamestorm Cannons, multi-melter on top, and that twin-linked assault cannon, not to mention the awesome frag assaults, which will demolish anything that gets close on its front. 206, 75. The frag assault being a usable ability, so he's gonna try and wait to use it against something really scary like this Knob Squad if they try and rush it from the front. Red team looking pretty good though, but blue team do have powerful units on the field. Baneblade for one, Lehman Russ there, both supported by Repair Bunker. Is the Land Raider gonna come east side? That's a massive decision. 190, 75. Red team continue with a 2-1 and a massive engagement here. Banshees chasing down the Techmarine. Look at the damage that the Baneblade took from those 2 beamy looters. Down to under half. That thing starts with over 3,000 hit points, 3,225 I believe it is. Banshees moving in with channeling up. Baneblade is going to go down, 3,250 it is in fact. Baneblade did not last long, did it? Creeping Barrage to try and save it, but it was in fact I think the Wraith Lord that got the last hit. This Wraith Lord has been used incredibly well by Hans. Did not think it was going to last too long with the amount of AV the blue team could bring to the field. Potentially, but he's done incredibly well, staying back with that Bright Lance, getting into melee at the right times, as you just saw there. Banshees need to be careful. 154, 75. Land Raider Redeemer backing away. Is that the end of it? Is that Baneblade going down so quickly, the nail in the coffin for the blue team? Lehman Russ being chased down by the Wraith Lord, wow, and goes down. Very, very good by Hans. Now infiltrates his Wraith Lord using the Cloak of Shadows, trying to escape Caeltos' orbs. Down goes the Warlock, and now he spots that Wraith Lord. Can he catch up to it to throw those orbs? If he can, this is a dead Wraith Lord because he also has a melter gun. There's the orb. I don't think he can dodge it, and the Wraith Lord will go down. Tries to use Wraithbone to get out of it. Can he live? Unbelievable. I think he might live. These guys need to switch to the Vengeance rounds. Terminators could try and teleport in for melee attacks, but the Wraith Lord survives. You can use Wraith Lord while you're shut down. Did he use it just before it hit? That's very interesting. But yeah, that saved the Wraith Lord. Needs to keep moving though. He's turning to engage here. 83, 75, triple cap for the red team. Riku having trouble repairing the allied land raider, and the Wraith Lord does in fact go down in the end. And there's a double for red, and they're going to take this, I think. Really good comeback, blue team. I don't think they pushed through enough and bashed his power, did they? Wasn't easy for them to do. I thought red team were making a mistake of not going mid enough. I thought they should have tripled mid at some point, but they just kept going. They got the right things. Stick bombers and Wraith Guard did really well against all the defenses over here. It looks like they are going to win. This Nob squad now going after those Terminators, and look at the health. Fly down. Is that another Venerable? It is. This time from Pibb. A really good tool to use against a Nob squad now that it has melee resistance, or it was always a decent enough tool to use with the disruption and the high amount of splash damage, but now the Nobs use their frenzy and get really pissed off. Pain Boy here to support them also. Wow, did you see how fast that Venerable went down? Lots of stuff for shooting at, to be fair. 1475, a single cap for blue team somehow. They've taken red team's natural. Very sneaky scouts there from Caeltos, level 3. Gonna take their natural back as well, but I don't think they can hold. Look at the red team, they all have full rosters. Fire Prism for Hans. Might go down though, chased on rear armor by a Lehman Russ, which switches targets, of course. 1467. So red team controlling east. Can they get their natural back? What is this? It's double beam looters coming to take it, or try to. Caeltos with some scouts. What are they being revealed by? That was a bit weird. 1456. Gonna try and wait for a nice time to use a grenade, I think. Wow, so a powerful suit there from Caeltos. Level 6 Techmarine did a lot of damage to those looters who are now trying to cap. Nob squad taking down the Predator tank in quick time. 1446. Red team just need to take their natural back and hold on. They should be able to easily do that. Looks like this is red teams easily. Really good unit decisions on this east side. The Wraith Guard, the Wraith Lord, and those stick bombers all doing really well. Look at the commanders at the end of the game. Warlock 6, level 6. Warboss level 5 does have that heavy armor though, almost 2,000 hit points. Look at that guy. Lictor up level 5. Haven't seen his cysts go off. But Riku's Lord General level 3 with those grenade launchers. Was hoping to see some Ogrins when he got his grenade launchers, but I guess not. There's a 2-to-1 for red. Techmarine of Caeltos was down, and the Techmarine of Pibb level 4 with plasma gun and Signum. There you have it, guys. Really nice comeback from red team. High level players. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.